I have been waiting for this rod right here to show up at my stores for a long time, and I finally have the full set. Anyway, I'll talk about the rod at the end of the video. Let's get down here, try to catch some fish real quick. Hey, we're not skunked. Little Gillikin McGee. Y'all are actually pretty cold. I'm kind of surprised that water temperature is as low as it is. Of course, then again, the last couple of nights we've had several like near freezing temperatures. Alright, something that actually put some work in this little rod and come off. I guess it would help if I didn't have my drag as loose as it was, but that was a pretty good size red ear, or red breast, I should say. There we go, we're hooked up now. Very good bluegill. Screw it. We're going to go with that. Very good bluegill. That is a good little bluegill right there on the trout magnet. This is really just the first thing that I saw that wasn't rigged up to something else. So I just got a little brown trout magnet with a 64 chartreuse head rigged up on there. I got some other stuff we can play around with. There's another one, except that is a, if it chills out for 13 milliseconds, very healthy red breast. Another good one. Actually, that is a pretty dang good bluegill out of this creek. Hey, that's 3 fish in a row without a belly flop. I'm doing good. These fish have been so freaking weird today. Like, only 1 or 2 of them so far have actually like hit it. But a couple of them, it just felt like my jig head just got stuck in some mud, and they didn't do anything until I set the hook. I could tighten my drag a little bit, but I'm also only using 2-pound test with this rod. And who doesn't like hearing some drag every now and then? Especially when it's from a Mac Daddy Freak Nasty bluegill like that. Alright. To change colors, upsize, or keep casting. Screw it, let's keep casting for a few more minutes. I would probably benefit from a brighter plastic anyway, because I think really what they're hitting at is that tiny little chartreuse head in this dirtier water. Which really ain't a bad thing if you think about it, because, you know, dirtier water like this, panfish will eat just about anything small and moving. So, you know, of course they see that one tiny little chartreuse dot, they're gonna be like, that looks like food, I'm gonna eat it. Excuse me. There's also some huge soft shells in here too. But yeah, if the voice sounds worse than usual, it's because pollen has decided to basically have an orgy with my sinuses. So yeah, my sinuses feel great. Which, it makes sense that I complain about it, because, you know, I'm around pollen and a lot of it right now. So, smart decision, dude. It'd be awesome if you was the one that got away a while ago. But we got us a very, very colorful redbreast. This one's much more orange than, you know, most of the redbreasts that we catch. Of course, that could be spawning colors, I don't know. You know, this right here is just about perfect. It's just, you know, perfect distance apart there to where my bag can just sit there, and I've got a perfect little branch to hang my bag on. Things just play out just right sometimes. And if for whatever reason y'all might be wanting some cheap jig heads in a bunch of different sizes, I'll leave a link in the description to this brand on Amazon. You can check them out. It's Tamora. You get 50 for like $8, where like Trout Magnet wants their jig heads like $8 for 25. So I just bought two boxes of 1/64s, 2 boxes of 1/32, and just put them all in one, and ended up having 4 boxes. So now I've got a box for 64th, 32nd, 16th, and 1/8 ounce. But see if I can get a little bit better look at them there. That's what they look like. It's just a plain, no frills, ball head sickle hook. Y'all seen that, right? I don't know how many times I've done this. It's way too many times, that's for sure. But I screwed up. I just screwed up and let go of the line on the swing back to cast, and as you can tell, my line is going up above me and behind me. Don't have a clue how I got that back, but I did. One more fish and I believe I'm gonna call it quits. The bite's really dying off. Of course, we're fishing a spot barely big enough to turn a vehicle around in, and I'm sure they're sick of seeing the same bait fly by their face every 30 seconds. So yeah, one more fish and we're gonna call her quits. There we go. Don't come off, don't come off. And you are just skin hooked. Actually, you're hooked kind of in the bone there. Quit squirming, quit squirming. A little bit of a belly flop, I'm sorry. Well, I believe we're going to call it quits. Caught the snot out of them. And I'm like really tired because I just got off work as soon as I got down here. More or less. Actually about 20 minutes before. Anyway, this rod that we're using today, I really like it. I don't really care for ultralight rods under 6 foot, 5'6", but this one is actually pretty dang nice, especially if you just want something that's suitable for kids, or you just like having shorter rods that you can throw behind the seat of your truck or in your truck or whatever and not take up a lot of room. But this is the Ozark Trail OTX 5 foot light, or ultralight I should say. And I've just got an old Abu Garcia Silvermax 1000 and some Trout SOS 2-pound line spooled up on there, and we just threw little micro baits pretty much all day, besides the 1 or 2 Bobby Garlands. Just some 64th ounce heads, Bobby Garland 80 bits, Trout Magnets. For a 5 foot ultralight, it casts really, really well. But like I was saying, the thing that this really fits for, or fits to, is really tight quarter places, kind of like this right here, where you don't have a lot of room to, you know, swing to get longer casts, which right there is as far as I'm casting, like 35, 40 feet. You're going to get plenty of that out of this. One thing that I will probably do, I don't know just yet, is I will probably drop this down to like a 500 size reel, just because it's such a short rod. But at the same time, My problem with 500 series rods or reels is they're usually a deeper cut spool and shorter, which usually puts a lot more memory in your line and hurts your castability. I like taller, shallower cut spools. That way I'm still getting that same line capacity, but retaining the castability and less line memory. Now, another way that that would benefit is if the spool diameter was bigger instead of being, you know, like that. But it's not too bad. You know, soak in some warm water, it'll fix it right up. Anyway, I've been rambling on a little bit too long, but one last thing, that if you like a rod with a shorter butt section, this one right here is really, really nice to have, because that is only like maybe an 8 or 9 inch butt section. You're not going to have to worry about it getting caught up on your jacket, your life jacket straps, or whatever. You know, it's a really small, really compact rod. And like the rest of the OTX rods that I've got the 7-foot mediums and a 5/6 light in the same exact rods. And I really like them. They're worth the money. Like, you can get the rods by themselves for about $35, $36. You can get combos for about $50. And the reels themselves, the OTX reels, aren't bad. Definitely worth checking out if you want a good budget setup that you can do a lot of really good, like, multi-species type stuff from, you know, panfish, trout, small creeks, things like that, to, you know, light catfishing, bass fishing, you know, whatever you want to do with a 7-foot medium rod. Hope you like this little video and first impressions of the Ozark Trail OTX 5-foot ultralight. I'll probably do a couple more videos on it, because like the last couple of ultralights that I've bought, I want to fish with them 3, 4, or 5 times to get a good, you know, feel for how they feel, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, Vern. Are you smelling what I'm stepping in? Or are you picking up what I'm putting down? Anyway, long enough outro. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. I'm just a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.